Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today, well, we're looking at something that is now quite old, is very, very collectible and becoming more and more difficult to find, especially in this mint sealed condition. We are looking at the 1996 release by AMT/ERTL from their Deep Space Nine series of model kits. And this particular model kit is quite special as well, because it has the added attraction of having the fiber optic lighting system in with the model kit. So not only do you build the model, you make it light, just like it did in the television series. Now, Star Trek Deep Space Nine was the fourth Star Trek series in the franchise, or the third live action series in the franchise. You had started off with the Star Trek the original series, which aired in 1966 to 1969 originally. Then you had the animated series, which was in 1972, followed by Star Trek The Next Generation, 1988. And due to the success of Star Trek The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine aired in 1993, and it was airing alongside the final season of Star Trek The Next Generation, so they both aired at the same time there. Now, the series ran for 7 seasons, exactly the same as the Star Trek The Next Generation. 176 episodes were produced, all running at about 45 minutes. It was a little bit different, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, because it was set on a space station rather than travelling around the universe or the galaxies. But so they couldn't travel anywhere, because it was all about everything coming to the station. However, they did change that. Season 3, they introduced the runabout, the ship. It's not the runabout, or the Defiant. It was called, sorry, the USS Defiant. And that was introduced to enable them to travel away from the station, and more episodes be filmed away from the actual particular space station rather than all on space station, because I suppose it does get a bit monotonous at the time. And of course, season 4 then saw the introduction of Michael Dorn playing Mr. Worf, who was a character from Star Trek The Next Generation. And as the obviously Star Trek The Next Generation was out of production, they were doing the movies, but Worf was then transferred to Deep Space Nine, and he spent the remaining 4 years, or 4 seasons, or 4, 5, 6 and 7, so 4 seasons on Deep Space Nine. Big cast, and incidentally, it was the first Star Trek series to have an African American commander, as portrayed by Avery Brooks. That was Commander Sisko, or became Captain Sisko. But there was lots of big name cast: Nana Visitor, Alexander Siddig, Armin Shimmerman, Terry Farrell. So there was lots, and Rennie Auberjonois sadly passed away a year or so ago. So, but there was a big cast in Deep Space Nine, and it proved immensely popular. Anyway, let's not digress too much. This is the model kit in front of us, and this is the front of the box, and it says Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and it says Skill Level 3 model kit. So some real model experience is needed. And it says on there, you've got a limited edition Star Trek 3 print inside, and the print measures 22 inches by 12 3/4 inches. So I imagine that's a print of Deep Space Nine. Down the bottom, you've got AMT ERTL logo. It says Space Station with Fiber Optic Lighting System, and it's got model kit. And it says Fiber Optic Lighting System. The detailed model kit includes the following items for illuminating the space station. So you've got over 2,000 inches of fiber optic filament, 6-volt DC power source, requires 4 C batteries, micro drill with drill bit, requires 2 AA batteries, power source, jack and wiring, 14 light sources and 4 chrome reflective strips. It says batteries are not included. Okay, that's the front of the box. Now, with most of these boxes, they don't really have anything on the back, so I'm just going to turn the box around to the back. There's a small section on the back there which has just got the AMT ERTL logo. And it says ERTL UK Limited, Units 1 to 6, Alpine Brook Road, Marsh Barn, Exeter, EX2 8RG, and you got the phone number there as well. And it says, please retain this address for reference. Not suitable for children under 8 years old. Paint and cement not included, and recommended for 8 years and older. Okay, that's the back of the box. I'm just going to drop the box down to the side, and we're going to have a look at what's printed on the sides. Okay, so I've just dropped the box down. You can see what's printed on the top here. So again, it's got AMT ERTL, and it says Star Trek Deep Space Nine, highly detailed plastic model kit. Contains over 150 pieces. It's a 1/2500 scale. Diameter measures over 16 inches fully assembled, and includes display base for mounting finished model. Deep Space Nine space station with fiber optic lighting system. And in English it says Space Station Deep Space Nine, diameter measures over 16 inches fully assembled. It says features over 150 detailed pieces, includes display base for mounting finished model, and paint and cement not included. And on the right hand side you've got the barcode there, and it's got TM copyright 1995, Paramount Pictures, all rights reserved. Star Trek and related marks are a trademark of Paramount Pictures. The ERTL company is authorised user, and you've got the ERTL Company Inc. In Dyersville, Iowa, and the zip code, made in USA, and it's item number 8764-1000. Okay, so that's the top of the box. I'm just going to turn the box to the side, and let's see what we got on the side. Okay, so I'll turn the box to the side, and there's not a great deal of anything different on the side there. You've got the same image as what's on the front. AMT ERTL Star Trek Deep Space Nine, highly detailed plastic model kit. Contains over 150 pieces, 1/2500 scale, diameter measures over 16 inches fully assembled, and display base for mounting finished model. Deep Space Nine space station with fiber optic lighting system, and the bottom right hand corner you've got the 8764 item number. Okay, let's just turn the box around to the other end. Okay, the other end of the box just shows you exactly the same again, the AMT ERTL logo. Star Trek Deep Space Nine, highly detailed plastic model kit, contains over 150 pieces. It's a scale of 1/2500, and a diameter measures over 16 inches fully assembled. Display base for mounting finished model, and Deep Space Nine space station with fiber optic lighting system. Same image on the side as what's on the top, and it's item number 8764. Okay, let's turn the box to the bottom, and let's have a good look at the model images itself. Okay, so this is the image at the bottom of the box, and you've got some better images there of the model when it's completed, and we come to that in a second. But it says AMT ERTL Star Trek Deep Space Nine, highly detailed plastic model kit, contains over 150 pieces, 1/2500 scale, diameter measures over 16 inches fully assembled, display base for mounting finished model, Deep Space Nine space station with fiber optic lighting system. And on the right hand side it's got skill level 3. Advanced modelling skills are helpful for assembly. It says the following modelling tools will be needed for assembly: a hobby knife, modeller's putty, sandpaper, tape, needle, nose pliers, a file, cyancrately plate and styrene compatible glue, small diagonal cutter, and soldering iron. Soldering recommended but not absolutely necessary. And then you got the commitment to quality sticker at the bottom there. Okay, so you do need to have a fair amount of modelling skills to be able to build this particular model. So let's have a zoom in at these images. And there you can see the Deep Space Nine space station. Now, I wanted to show you these because you can see that they're lit. So this is where the fibre optic lights are. You can see the lights all running around the inside of the space station, around the bottom there, lights all over the model there. It does look absolutely fantastic. Obviously it needs to be painted. I don't know what the colour plastic it is. If I was to take a guess, it's probably the usual grey plastic, but it will need to be painted and to be finished like that one shown on that particular image. But it does look absolutely fabulous, and that is an actual image of the model rather than an image of the Deep Space Nine station as seen in the TV episode. Okay, let's just slide the box along, and there you can see from the stand-up view from the side, the lights on the side of the space station and underneath. So you've got the light at the bottom there lit up, and the two at the sides, you can see the domes. Obviously it's absolutely fantastic, and the lights behind it, if we just zoom in closer to that, you can see all the lights there behind, in the center of the model, just here. So it does look absolutely fabulous. Really, I mean, if you're good at building models, if you've got some skill when it comes to model building, this would be an ideal kit for you. It is absolutely fabulous. And again, there's the underside of the model kit, and again you can see all the lights lit up at the top section. Around the top here, all these are lit up, and around the lower dome there, and right down to the red nozzle at the bottom. So absolutely fantastic. And obviously then you've got the stand, which will hold the model up in position for you to display and light it however you wish. So absolutely fantastic kit. I think this is probably the best Deep Space Nine space station kit ever produced. Now, when we had the shop back in the 80s and 90s, we had one of these professionally built for us, and we had it on display, and it looked absolutely fantastic. The guy took the kit and he built it all for us, painted it, and brought it in, and we had it in our shop window, lit up. Oh, it must have been in there for at least 6 months when we had the shop. So but it attracted an awful lot of people. A lot of people would come to, because of how we had it as well. We had it on a black sharp background, so it was kind of like on a slight dark area, so you can see it lit up, but it looked absolutely fantastic. And as I say, we had lots of people coming in the shop because of that particular model, and I say it was the best Deep Space Nine model kit I think that was ever produced. Well, up until then anyway. I don't know if there's anything after that, but certainly when we had the shop, this was just absolutely stunning. And we did someone actually did come in and bought the built model off us, so that eventually moved on, and we had different models built and put on display in place of it. So, but anyway, rather than digress, it is a absolutely fabulous model kit, and one that is really suitable for the real Deep Space Nine fan, or anyone that really likes that Deep Space Nine space station. With the added effects of the lighting, it is just phenomenal. Okay, how well did these particular model kits do back in 1996? Well, back in 1996, Star Trek was probably the biggest sci-fi franchise in the world. There was Star Trek merchandise everywhere. We had all the reruns being shown on the satellite television. We had new movies coming out. We had Star Trek Deep Space Nine appearing on the TV regularly, weekly. Star Trek The Next Generation, well, that had finished its original airing, and we're on to the second movie at this point, which was First Contact. So yeah, I mean, there was so much going on, merchandise all over the place, action figures, model kits, uniforms, all sorts of Star Trek things. Anybody was producing Star Trek merchandise, mugs, glassware, clothing, t-shirts, jackets, you name it, it was being produced in Star Trek. No different to what happened with Star Wars a little bit later. But anyway, this was Star Trek back then, so it was massive, and we were all crying out for as much merchandise as we could possibly get hold of. So it was a huge franchise, and yes, they done, as with these model kits, when we had that one on display in the shop, I think we had about 4 or 5 cases of these come in, and I think there was something like about 6 in a case, but they literally flew off the shelves because people could see that one that was built on display and they wanted it, and to attempt to build it themselves. So they literally sold out very quickly. It took us a while to get more stock in, but obviously the hype wears down slightly, but it was still a very good seller for us for all the whole time we had that model kit on display in the window. So yeah, very good selling item, and I'd say it's the best Deep Space Nine selling model kit that we ever had in our shop anyway. Okay, let's move forward 30 years to today's date, which is 2025. Do these model kits come up very often on the platforms? The answer to that is no. They do come up occasionally, not very often. You do see a lot more of the model kits without the fiber optic kits. So the standard Deep Space Nine space station model kit, which is also very good, but it's nowhere near as good as this one, in my opinion. So they do, but very rarely. But you do find them on the platforms sealed as this one is. Obviously, we managed to buy out a toy and comic book shop. Their stock, they closed down during the COVID era, and we were fortunate enough to buy out all the stock they had, and there must have been something like about 40 or 50 model kits they had on their shelves, which we was fortunate enough to buy amongst all their other stock that they had in that shop. So these are ex-shop stock, mint condition, mint seal condition, never opened, and ready for you to purchase and build. So the answer is yes, they do come up on the platforms occasionally, and you do see them in this sealed condition. They do demand big money because obviously they are very rare and collectible now, and when you do see them on the platforms, they go very quickly. But always remember, if you're buying on the platform, just make sure you double check what you're buying, because a lot of them do use stock photographs and you could end up with something you didn't think you was ordering. However, we are Midas Touch. We don't believe in stock photographs. We don't use them. What you see on our website is exactly the items that you will be receiving should you wish to purchase it. And this particular item, this model kit, is, as of today, currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Star Trek items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful Star Trek Deep Space Nine fiber optic space station model kit with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.